How's it going, listeners? Welcome back to Cubold. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the newly released cinematic puzzle game, Somerville.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice sip.
Slurpage.
Water.
We should all have a drink. Oh, actually, I don't have water. We should all have a drink and then sip at the start.
Yep. Just like really loud. Maybe
You know
even
the reference?
Yeah. What is it?
Crowder.
Oh.
Straight up rip them off.
Yeah. No. I did have a coffee though, but I drank it all.
Well, you drank that already?
Mm-hmm.
We used to
Man.
have coffee during the podcast.
I know, but
don't know why we
the
don't
coffee
anymore.
machine is like.
You know what? This is a perfect opportunity. I've been wanting to get this for a long time. I think we should do it. Okay. So, you ever heard of Nespresso?
Yeah.
Those, there's like a single serve one that's like $100 and people love it. And it's actually, people say it's really strong.
You could just put grounds in there, right?
Well, you can do grounds or you can do the pods. You throw it in there and do it. And then like it makes the espresso, but also does like the foam on top. And I've been like really tempted to buy one for my room, but I think if we had one here, I would actually use it. Like throw it over there, get pods, pop
That'd
it
be
in,
nice.
and then like literally just keep some milk.
Is it like
in
a Keurig pod?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we could literally like or we all buy like one of those
Yeah.
huge boxes of them. The pods.
I would be down to do that, like, and actually use it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Because like the Keurig is alright, but I don't know. There's something about it. Like it's just like I'd rather have normal coffee than a Keurig.
We could always
Yeah.
move the 3D printer over there and make a little coffee station.
We should.
Yeah.
We really should. Because I would actually use that.
We don't use the 3D printer. I don't think we've used it.
Well, we can
at
move
all.
it to the control room.
Yeah.
That is true, but where would we put it though? We don't have another table in there. Unless we got another table, but I don't know. I don't know where
We
that
have
would
tables
go.
all over the place.
I told Ben, I was like, you should use it or something. Like,
Yeah, I'd be down to be. We could always bring it home and
keep it in the garage
Ben use
like
it?
it used to be.
Yeah.
have him have multiple things. Would that he'll waste more filament?
I
on?
mean, he will use it more than we do. So
that is true.
Keenan wanted a ghost mask, but I don't think Ben wanted to make that.
I told Ben, I'm like, he's literally told me that he will pay you whatever money, maybe even a little bit more, for like how much
you
it
charge
costs.
like $100.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm like,
What?
it's money. Just make it for him. You have a 3D printer.
Yeah, right now he's at the stage where he like doesn't want to do anything but games, even if it's paid.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's why he had the whole lawn mowing thing in the summer, and he didn't want to do it. And he's getting paid to mow the lawn, but
he didn't do it.
well, eventually he did.
Well, sometimes
but,
he didn't. Yeah.
but it was like an ongoing battle. One of my parents would come home and would be like, "Ben, you gonna do the lawn today?" And he'd be like, "Huh," or like a vague.
And then he'd
answer.
put his earbud back in and kind of like forget that they said
What?
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And I was like, you got to tell him to do the lawn. Don't just say, don't ask him if he's going to do it because he's not going to.
It's funny.
Yeah, I would just be like, get up and go to the lawn. You're getting paid for this.
Yeah, I know.
He hasn't been here for a couple weeks doing the podcast. He's usually in the control room.
He's taking excuses to not be here.
Well, last week there was no excuse. He just didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I guess I can kind of understand, like, Saturday is his only day.
Oh,
really
yeah.
off,
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's kind of like, I don't know.
I mean, we did the same thing, but the things we skipped out on were all day events, not like a 2-hour thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean.
Like
yeah.
because different church
Yeah.
events.
What
And
is
stuff.
It'd be really nice to like work for a couple hours, like do like some bunch of stuff for a couple hours, and then like go and sit on your computer and like, because you feel, what is the word?
You feel like you earned it?
Yeah, you feel kind of accomplished, and you feel like you kind of deserve that, if that's a weird word to say it, but kind of deserve to be on it.
That's why,
Instead of like skipping out
Yeah.
on something, and you feel like you're cheating out other people.
it's like those days where you play. You ever have those days where you just like get up and then you start gaming early, and then like you've usually on like Saturdays or the weekends, like you play all day and then you feel disgusting.
That one Saturday.
Yeah, we played
it was like 1 or 2 o'clock, and we didn't go to bed till like 1 or something.
We played Modern
we
Warfare
literally
the
played
entire
it for like
day.
half.
Oh,
It was
man.
more than half the day. It was ridiculous. I felt kind of gross after
Was
that.
that last week when I was
That was
gone?
a couple weeks ago.
I didn't get on till like 5.
I think that was like the first weekend it was out or something.
second,
Oh, yeah.
but I don't know. Modern Warfare just does that to you.
I mean, when you're a little kid, you have school all week, and then you get up on a Saturday, usually get up late, and the first thing you want to do is hop on a game.
Mm-hmm.
So that was always exciting for us.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we had consoles, and so it was a little bit different. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, not really.
Yeah.
You're either
Well,
sitting at a
yeah.
desk or sitting in front of a TV.
Well, our priorities have changed. So it's like
yeah.
you play a game all day and you feel like I could have been doing something much more productive.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I kind of feel bad for Ben, though, because he doesn't really have people that he goes over their house or hangs out with.
We'd have you
Yeah,
and the
we would
Gatos
hang out a lot.
and all the people around us that
Well,
we would always go out and hang out with. Like
lot of-
biking. Remember biking?
Yeah.
was
Ben
amazing.
needs that. It's kind of sad,
Mhm.
honestly, because like, well, we used to hang out a lot, but I think Ben's like ahead of his time, so he's not like in that. Well, I don't want to say that word, but like that really dumb stage,
Mhm.
like that most people are at his age.
Yeah.
But we were kind of like that, so we kind of were able to click
Yeah. I don't know.
to a certain extent.
I mean, he does hang out with older people, but we don't really have like sleepovers or anything.
No. That'd be really weird.
You want to sleep over at my house?
I think some people would consider that something else at our age.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's not called a sleepover anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of the Modern Warfare, though, so Chug has finally gotten, what is it, Orion?
Yep.
Top skin.
I got Orion, and I mastered one of the guns.
Oh.
What is that, 1,000 kills?
It's 1,000 kills, but you need 100 kills with the gold camo, 200 with the platinum camo, 300 with the poly camo, and 400 with Orion. Then you get a weapon charm that you can put on any gun for that specific
Still
gun.
crazy.
Oh, I'm not going to do the mastery, I don't
Well,
think.
I'm not doing it for all the guns. I'm
Yeah.
only doing it for like a few of them that I really like, and then I'm just not gonna.
I will get Orion eventually,
Mhm.
but right now I'm still getting all the guns gold. I think I have like, I'm probably a little more than halfway there.
I'm definitely chilled out with
Yeah.
playing. The
Well, you
game.
have, like,
it was like
200?
200 something hours. Yeah,
How long's it been out? 3 weeks?
a month,
A month?
but a little more than a month.
That's 200
Wow.
hours.
Well, okay, so what I do was just I'd be here at the studio like pretty much all day, and then I come home around 5-ish, and then I'd like eat dinner and chill it for a bit. Then I'd go downstairs and hop on my
Clock
computer.
in another 6 hours.
Yep, pretty much. And I wanted to get this camo, like I really wanted to, so I kind of went a little overboard with
It's
it. but
addicting,
It is.
the game. It's like scary because like even when I was playing Somerville, everyone else was playing Modern Warfare.
Same thing.
I could have felt sad.
That's why I played afterwards, because I was like, I need to relax and play some COD, even though it's
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
relaxing.
Pretty much. Well, the thing is, you asked me the other day. You're like, don't you want to just go and play?
Well,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, yes and no. Like the thing is, once you're done, you don't. I mean, not that you don't have a want to play it. Like I want to play it, but you don't have that like need to play it.
I need to get the camos.
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. So you kind of chill out a little bit. But that's why I'm kind of glad I finished.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really playing for the camos, though. It's a fun
that's-
thing to work towards, but
That's kind of like how I like to play games though.
Well, it kind of
Hmm.
gives a sense of purpose to like the mindless gunfights. Like you go
Yeah.
into a match and you're like, okay, I gotta get prone kills. So you have something to work towards rather
Mhm.
than just like mindlessly going around killing.
Yeah.
shooting.
but it will be cool to use whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm gonna use the most OP weapons. I don't even care.
The
I was using a class
Bison?
yesterday that I forgot to change my pistol to, and I had the gold revolvers on there. Those things are just insane.
If you
Was it the
if you-
duel or
if
no?
you
Yeah.
run dual basilisks with snake shot with some long barrels on it, it's
I don't even use snake
ridiculous.
shot.
It turns them into shotguns.
Yeah, I know, but even
It's
with
ridiculous.
not a slug, but like a regular bullet, they're ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. It's so fun.
Yeah.
There's so many fun guns in that game too.
There are.
I love that game. So good.
Mm-hmm. If you haven't played it, go play it.
Yeah,
hot.
definitely worth it. I think I have like 80 hours in it, so I
Mhm.
definitely got my money's worth.
I got my
Oh,
money's
yeah.
worth twice.
Yeah, or maybe even 3.
Well, no, you technically didn't get your money's worth yet. Once
Why?
you hit 100, because we paid 100 for it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Like, I always go for the dollar per hour type of thing.
Yeah. You know what I think though? I think the whole weapon XP needs to be doubled. Like when I have double XP, that feels like a good rate. at the,
Yeah,
with the
it
levels
does.
like
Yeah.
upgrading. But then when I don't have the double XP, it ranks up so slow, and I'll go off. Like I'll get like 40 kills, 50 kills, or whatever, and it still won't like rank as many levels as I think it will.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't know, even with double, it takes a little bit.
yeah,
It's not like a super fast process.
Just be glad it's not like Modern Warfare 2019 though.
Oh, I am glad it's not like that.
In Modern Warfare 2019, do you guys remember what the highest levels were?
Obsidian.
Well, Obsidian was the camo, but I'm saying the levels for the weapons.
Oh, no.
60, 70, 80.
Wow.
Oh man,
It's like 24. in
It's
this
about
one.
the highest I've ever seen was 29.
Hmm.
Actually, it might be 30. It might be 30, but that's the highest.
Huh.
And it's pretty rare. But oh yeah, was it Callisto Protocol came out a couple days ago?
That looks so good.
Yeah, it's
getting pretty negative reviews.
it's mixed now because
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they came out with a patch as soon as I got off last night. I was like, really?
But you weren't having that many issues.
I wasn't. No.
I checked it like early yesterday, and I was like, why is this game mostly negative?
And then you scrolled down to the reviews and you saw
Yeah.
stutter protocol.
Yeah.
Oh, it's stuttery. Oh, this game runs so bad. It's most of the reviews are people.
I think people just need to wait. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Although
Well, the thing is, like, I was playing it for about 3 hours yesterday,
yeah,
and it was
it
incredible.
looked good to me. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I streamed it to you, and I scaled it down to 1080p so it looks better on Discord streaming because for some reason Discord doesn't do 1440p well. But I don't know. It was just so smooth and clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust any reviews anymore because I don't know where the negative reviews come from, to be honest.
Well, yeah, yesterday you were like, did you see the protocol have like getting review bombed or whatever it was?
Not review bombed.
Not review bombed, but you said something like, what'd you say?
I don't know. I saw
Like,
a lot
you
of
got
people
bad
bashing
reviews,
it.
and then you're like, oh, you're probably gonna refund it, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna refund it. I'm gonna try it and see what happens. And then I tried it, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked really good to me, and I even watched a little bit of Doc's stream, and he wasn't having any issues. And
Well, okay, so some of the issues that people have with it, other than the stutters, is the combat, like the melee combat. Like you even said it the other day too. Like you kind of lock onto an enemy, and you're kind of like forced to fight that enemy. But it feels like Resident Evil 2 for me. And Resident Evil 2 is like one of my all-time favorite games. Like the remake, Resident Evil 2 remake. It's incredible. But people don't understand like the feeling of that type of combat, I guess. They don't like that. They want it to be like extremely smooth and clean and obviously it is clunky, but I love that type of thing.
Yeah, not every game has Doom Eternal combat.
Exactly.
Like, fast-paced.
I think that's how the Dead Space games are anyway.
Yeah.
They're kind of clunky, slow. What was that? Did you hear that?
That was kind of scary.
It was like Scream?
I think that was my throat.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure that was my throat because like I think a little air like passed through.
Oh.
That's strange.
That was
I know
weird.
sometimes your throat goes like
Yeah.
like randomly.
I think that's what, I don't know.
It's weird. But yeah, the Dead Space games, I did start Dead Space 1. I never finished it, but
Yeah, those games are horrifying. Honestly, they're like one of the most gory and terrifying games.
did you see
ever.
Callisto though?
Yeah, Callisto was
It's
terrifying.
ridiculous. Like I bashed out a zombie's head onto a wall, and literally it wasn't like it was on a random wall. It wasn't like this zombie was gonna die on this wall. So I bashed the head out or whatever, and the brain matter went onto the wall and started just smearing down in all these different sections. Like
Yeah.
the gore in that game is ridiculous.
And the dismemberment.
Yeah.
I remember watching you play it, and one of the zombies got a hold of you, and it just started bashing your head in. And I'm like, what is happening? His head just like, it looks so real, but it was
Yeah.
like caving in.
Oh,
Or
man.
what is it? Another one where he kept hitting me in the head, but then he ripped my arm off, and there's just the stump just in your face. I'm like, what is going on?
Those are your deaths?
Those are the deaths, yeah.
Huh. I know there was a part in Dead Space, one of the older ones, where you're like on a table and a needle goes in the guy's eyeball.
Oh, I think it's like isn't that somewhat of an iconic thing?
It is, yeah. It's like one of those horrifying scenes from older games.
Huh.
Well, in this one, you get like this like wrench shiv, and you gotta like find these dead bodies with these things implanted in their neck, and that's what the health bar is on your neck. And you have to cut out the implants on their necks.
That's how you kill them?
No, that's how you get around the station.
Huh.
Like you open up these implants and it lets you through certain doors because they have certain
clearances
for it. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
That reminds me of something else. Maybe
Resident
the
Evil
Surge.
2.
Oh.
Where you get the little band in the scientific area, and you have to like get the different levels of the bands.
I'm thinking of the Surge though. Like they have the exosuits and like you can kill someone and chop off their arm and then get the weapon.
Oh, I love that. Like you can aim either for the arm or the leg or the head or the body, and if you chop those specific spots off, like if you aim for their right or left arm, if they have a weapon in it, and you chop that arm off, you get the weapon and their arm, like their armor on that arm. So like you can get full suits of armor if you like go around and kill all the certain people in different parts of them. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, the Callisto Protocol looks like it's kind of rare. I mean, I haven't played it, but I watched you play it, and it's like you don't really see these like full-fledged, super polished. I mean, aside from the bugs people are having.
The optimization.
Yeah, but you don't
not
see
the
these types of games really that much anymore. Like the Dead Space era, where it was all like single-player games, where it was like super. It was like a movie, basically.
Yeah, it's super good though.
I love how we have Liver King on here.
Oh yeah, is it the
Yep.
Oh man, yeah. So he finally
taking them roids.
Well, he's been denying. It's just so weird. This is a gaming podcast, but basically, this Liver King guy is this social media influencer, and he's a super jacked dude, and he preaches this whole message of like primordial, alpha, whatever. And he like eats raw meat, eats raw liver, eats bone
nasty.
marrow raw, kind of stuff. And he like takes videos with his wife and his kids, and they do it too. They drink raw blood
It's so gross.
in certain scenarios, and then they eat like raw testicles and all that kind of weird stuff. Kind of sus. So basically, he has been denying that he's been taking steroids for as long as he's been popular.
He straight up looks like he takes steroids.
He's huge. I mean, it's just not natural. And then, so basically, there was an email that got leaked where it had a list of all the steroids he took, and there was some serious stuff.
Wasn't it
on
like
there.
$12,000 to $15,000 worth of steroids per month?
Yeah, and it
Or
was
something like that?
I mean, this stuff is like serious stuff. Like he was taking like maybe 10 or something. I don't know. There's a lot of steroids, different types.
It's ridiculous.
And then he finally released a apology video. I think it was like yesterday or the day before. He started out saying, he's like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm so rich, and I was rich before social media.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
still rich.
I'm like, what? Isn't this supposed to be an apology video?
I don't know. And he did the sigh thing. Yeah.
Apology videos are so weird. They're so awkward.
What is it, the Logan Paul one after his
That was
Japan thing?
weird. Yeah. He got
I don't
memed
know.
on.
Yeah, it was funny. I think there's a dead guy over there.
I can't believe that.
I don't know. It's like,
I still can't believe that. That's just insane.
I'm surprised if none of the people know what we're talking about
Yeah.
listening to the podcast.
I'm sure
but-
a lot of people do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just look up a picture of Liver King if you haven't seen him, and you'll know he's on steroids. I mean, so
Yeah, you can usually tell just by looking at somebody.
He kind of reminds me of what's his face? Thor.
Oh,
What's
Chris
his name?
Hemsworth?
Chris Hemsworth.
yeah, he's definitely on something.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
Especially in this
yeah.
newest one, the newest film, he's massive.
Yeah. Although I think Liver King is still bigger than him.
I think
Yeah.
he is, but I don't know.
He definitely was on
yeah,
something.
jacked.
Chris Hemsworth arms in the Thor movie. Were,
No, he was his back too.
Yeah.
His back is like insanely.
If you looked at a
defined. It's
comparison,
ridiculous.
yeah, a comparison of him in the earlier Thor movie, Ragnarok,
Mm-hmm.
and then in the new one, he looks gigantic in the new one. Like if you see a side by side, like he looks kind of natural in the other one, but the new one he looks like ridiculous.
I'm curious.
If you see a side by side, we don't have Ben here, so we can't pull up the shirtless pictures.
I'm looking at some Chris Hemsworth shirtless pictures.
Do you
right
see
now.
a Chris Hemsworth side by side?
2009, 2010. Oh, he gained a lot in a year. Wow.
What was the new
It's
one
not even
called?
Chris Hemsworth.
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
That movie was pretty mid.
It was mid. I liked
Ragnarok is one of my favorite MCU movies.
Dude,
so
yeah.
I was kind of excited for Love and Thunder,
Oh,
especially with
here's a good comparison.
Yeah.
especially with
Well, that's-
Christian Bale.
That's in the first Avengers movie. So that's not even how he is now. But yeah.
What is it?
Apparently.
It's like with Christian Bale and Love and Thunder.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Christian Bale's
It's
amazing.
so good.
Oh, that's from the movie.
Yeah, he is.
He's like Hulk.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's more toned. He's definitely taking steroids, but he's more toned than Liver King is.
Yeah. See, like, I don't know. To each their own. I don't really care if someone's taking steroids. I just care if they like
they're
Liver
lying
King-
about
yeah,
it.
if they're lying about it and they say you can achieve that type of physique. Like Liver King was like, oh, if you, as long as you do the the primal diet and stuff, like you can look like me or whatever. Like that's just like,
He's lying to your fan base.
yeah. And then his fan base, people that are insecure about that type of thing, they're gonna be working out a lot and like they're gonna feel bad because they're gonna be like, why don't I look like this? Like I'm trying my hardest. So
I don't know.
Yeah.
weird little.
I hate influencers.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing to think about. Like this is kind of off topic, but like imagine your life just being revolved around being on a camera. Like I know we're on a camera now, but I mean like every day you make a video and you look at yourself doing something for the purpose of other people looking at you and then posting that.
The worst thing is
almost
the
like
kids that are involved with that, though.
Yeah.
They grow up with that lifestyle, and then they usually go off the rails when they're older.
Well, even the not just that, but their parents also take advantage of them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, like the family vlog channels
those
or
are
whatever,
so
they're
cringe.
Yeah.
so bad. But they're like, did you see that one video where the lady was like, that she didn't like cut it out or something? I don't know if it was on purpose or if it was like if she was like an actual mistake.
No, it was a
But
mistake.
She was like forcing the kid to cry.
Because
Oh my
their
God.
dog died, and
Yeah.
she was trying to play it up for the camera, and she was like
She was
telling
like
the kid
yelling
to cry.
at him to cry.
It might have been the same lady or it was a similar family, but she like her daughter was like at a certain period of her life where she was like, well, she was, growing, I don't know, not to sound weird, but she was like at that time in her life and she was like recording her, like, how do you feel? Like, which like products do you want to buy? Like she was literally filming her during that time.
That's so weird.
Like that is so wrong.
There was that guy Sunny V2. He does these like documentary style videos where he'll take like Nikocado Avocado and like talk about his like past and like leading up to the present or whatever.
Oh.
Usually stuff like why this guy deserves his failure or stuff like that. He's like good person to watch while eating food.
Wait, is it those like I keep seeing the stupid thumbnails with like
They're like
the cartoon
cartoonish.
versions of
It's that dude. Yeah.
Okay.
He did one on there was this duo, this like little girl and little boy, they're brother and sister. They got super rich from YouTube, and then like eventually they stopped caring about YouTube. Like they turned into brats when they were older, and they just talked about money all the time. Like at first it was about like having fun and stuff, but then they're all like, look at our huge house and look at our pool, and that's all they talked about. And then like eventually they just gave up on YouTube.
Yeah, because nobody wants to see that.
It's like
Yeah.
I have Instagram and my whole feed is literally just filled with cringe videos. Like I'm obsessed with watching cringe videos because they're so funny. But so many of them are these like TikTok guys that are like, they think they're all hot and they post a video of them like doing something super cringy. But like, it's so funny because I like seeing people that are like, they think the same way I do. And they're like, what audience is this for? Like, what's the purpose of this video?
Yeah.
Like you literally recorded yourself doing something, trying to be all thirst trappy, looked at it afterwards and was like, yeah, I'm going to post this online. Like, it's just such a weird, there's so many weird people out there. that are so like.
I mean, I guarantee the
disconnected.
people that are the same type of person that the person who like posted that is, those are the people that they're going for.
Yeah, like people that are similar minded or whatever. But it's just
or
like
young people.
yeah,
Young people are extremely, what is the word?
Well,
Impressionable.
I mean,
Yes.
I had somewhat of that. Like, I was impressionable when I was younger. Like, we used to watch Smosh and like want to be like them, type of thing.
Yeah, but that's different though.
It's not as cringy as it is today, but it is still like we were young and like I don't know.
Wait, I was so much different than you guys.
Yeah, you were based.
I don't know.
I mean, we kind of wanted you to be normal because we knew
well,
we knew we
you
were
guys,
stupid.
I would always try to like go in and like talk with you guys or try to be like you guys, and you guys are like no, and then
I
you
don't
guys
know,
would
we
push
were
us
weird.
away.
we were also mean
Sometimes
too.
I wish I can appear behind my old self and just like hit the back of my head. Yeah.
If it wouldn't create like a time paradox,
Yeah.
and just like I don't know, kill yourself and then make sure you don't be so stupid.
Oh my!
Yeah.
My childhood was
you
awesome,
were,
though.
yeah, you were based.
Yeah.
We had issues.
Yeah, we all did, but we had fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a lot of good memories.
Yep.
Like I guess you kind of cut out the bad memories, unless you have like a really traumatic childhood
Mm-hmm.
or something. But you cut out a lot of the bad ones and just you remember a lot of the good,
Yeah.
which is a
Like,
good thing, I guess.
I remember PS3, first time we played Terraria. Amazing.
Yeah, those are good feelings.
On the futon.
Yeah, because we had played
the
PS3
terrible futon.
at your house for the longest time, a couple years.
Playing my PS3.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when we finally got one, it was the best feeling.
Yep.
Like pulling up Little Big Planet at our own
Oh,
house.
Yes.
Dude,
that what is it? That old wired controller that I would always play with.
Was it
You'd
the,
always
the
get
red
the wireless
Afterglow?
one. It wasn't the Afterglow one. We did have an Afterglow one. It was a smaller one. I forgot what the brand was. It was like
We had a
there was
green Afterglow too, a wireless one.
that was the Afterglow one I was referring to.
I used to
The-
know life Little Big Planet.
It was so fun though.
Yeah. That's literally, I always describe it as a second childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like it was a separate life from the real life. And I remember more of that many times, more than my real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like another world. It's
you-
kind of cool how you can get lost in that kind of a world as a kid.
Pretty
This-
much.
I don't know. This is kind of, again, off topic, but did you, there's this drug. This is so random to bring up at this time after talking about childhood. but,
drugs.
Oh no, but this guy took a drug. I heard it on like Joe Rogan or something, and it made him pass out for like 30 minutes, and within those 30 minutes he lived like a separate life, and he lived in it for like 3 months, and he had a family, a work, like he retreated back into his mind because the drug like makes you like super, I don't know, like it isolates you, so you're like
Yeah.
in your mind, and he lived a different life.
That's like straight from Rick and Morty.
Yeah. I
Like-
mean, I've had dreams where I like lived a separate life for a while, and when I woke up, I felt weird.
Hmm.
But
Mm.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
that.
I've had a lucid dream, a couple of them actually. Like
I've had one.
brief.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like run around for hours controlling things. It was mainly like I controlled one event because I realized it was a dream.
I've been having these weird dreams lately where, it's when I take a nap, like for 30 minutes, and I'll be laying down and I'll like wake up a little bit and go back to sleep, and I know I'm in a cycle of waking up a little bit and going back to sleep,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
have no control over my body. I'm like, I need to get up, like I can't get up, and it feels like hours, but then like when I finally wake up, it's been like 30 minutes.
I hate naps.
Yeah.
I love naps, but like when that happens, it's kind of scary.
The weirdest one I think was one time I realized I was in a dream and I woke myself up. I was like instant. And when I woke up, I was wide awake. Like I wasn't even asleep.
Was it late at night?
Yeah, it was at night. I was like, wait, I'm in a dream. And then I just went boom and I
That's
woke up.
weird.
So odd.
I wonder if it was like your brain like felt like it was instant, but it wasn't. Like, you know how like dreams are like, what are they, longer than they, or like, oh, they happen in seconds.
Yeah.
But they feel super long or whatever. Like that is weird to me.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever had a dream where you act like you killed somebody before, like in a dream?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
No, it's really weird because you wake up and you're like, oh no, what did I do? And then you're like, oh, it's just a dream.
I had the creepiest dream one time. It was so disturbing. Well, I've had a lot of disturbing dreams, but I sound like a serial killer. I don't know what happened, but like I ended up killing mom and dad or something.
Oh my.
It was awful. And in the dream, there was music. And it was like screeching violin music. And like for some reason I looked down and they were just skeletons while this music was playing. And I was so disturbed by that. Like I woke up feeling terrible.
You woke up and you rolled over. You're like,
Ew. No, it was like I felt really weird for like a day after that.
You
That
wake
is
up all
really
sweaty
weird.
and nasty.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like taking naps, because a lot of times I wake up like that.
Yeah, it
And
depends on
it's
how
just-
long.
You feel like you wasted the day, and you feel gross, and you're like,
Sometimes it's weird. Like, sometimes I can't function unless I take a nap, like a 30-minute or like an hour nap. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, sometimes you're just like, I can't concentrate on anything right now. So you lay down, even just closing your eyes for a little bit
yeah,
helps.
Yeah, I do that too.
I
Maybe
get
it's just
headaches
the
a lot.
screens.
not like
Yeah, maybe it's a screen thing. We all work remotely, so maybe it's like a.
Yeah.
We should
Well, I
get-
don't get headaches from screens, although I do get headaches if I wear headphones for too long.
Do you ever like lay on the couch when you're here?
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I lay on the floor
Mm.
actually, because like, what is it? I sometimes I lay on the floor and I crack my back, and I just lay there. It's kind of nice.
You crack your back.
You need one of those things that like
if
go
it's,
like
if
this.
it's a flat ground, and you kind of just let yourself fall onto the
Oh, I
ground,
see.
and your back just goes.
Huh.
It actually feels pretty good. It's probably not good for you, but
I mean, I find it weird that chiropractors are like, don't crack your fingers, but I'm going to do it for you and it's fine.
oh no, that was just one of our chiropractors.
Oh.
Is it true
um,
that it makes your knuckles fat?
No, it
does.
doesn't. It doesn't.
It does.
No.
Does it?
It's like a letting out air or something, and it like. But if you do it over your lifetime, it will.
No, people have done studies like over like 60 years and they had no difference.
That's what that's always been my worry. Is like I don't want my knuckles. I mean, they're already pretty fat. Like this portion.
I mean, my knuckles are fat. Like I have finger gaps. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
No,
I
it
have
wouldn't.
skinny
It wouldn't be
fingers.
these. It would be like this.
Oh, I don't
this
crack those
section.
anyway.
Whoa.
I can't crack those.
Oh, you can't.
Well, I mean, I probably could start, but I don't want to start.
I'm not
so
sure how reputable
It's
this
too
source
addicting.
is.
Like I do the side cracks,
I do those.
and then I also do the single. Like I could do all four of my fingers crack.
You ever do the top ones?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like these little ones? I usually try
It's
to
really
grab it
weird.
like this and then like
Yeah, I can do them just by like pressing like that.
yeah, or sometimes I go like this and I can crack them.
Yeah.
Really weird how that works.
It says this source says that cracking your knuckles can cause temporary swelling or subtle increase in size of your hands, but ultimately harmless. There's been long-term studies that show that knuckle cracking doesn't cause any damage.
Yeah, there is a guy, I don't know what he was. I don't know if he was a chiropractor or something else, but for like his entire life, he cracked all the fingers on one hand, but never cracked them on the other, and there was no discernible difference.
That's so weird
Yeah.
to think about.
That's like destroying my OCD right now.
Yeah, I know. That's annoying.
Yeah.
That would be annoying.
Like I have OCD, but it's not like
No, you don't
Insane
have
OCD.
OCD. But everyone like, I guess there's perfectionism, but actual OCD is a mental disorder.
yeah.
And I've seen people with OCD, and they're not fun to work with.
Sometimes, yeah, I have like I don't think I have it, but sometimes I have like little spurts of it where like, let's say I go like, if I'm like tapping on the table or whatever, and one finger doesn't tap the table, I get annoyed.
You
I
have to tap that fourth one.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I get that a lot.
Or if it's something's not centered,
Yeah.
just a little bit. Like if it's like something simple, like if this isn't centered, you're like kind of move it
Yeah.
over a little bit just because it looks
Yeah.
better.
It's weird. Like, yeah, a lot of those things I can probably overlook, but it's like the little things, like what I just said.
There's this guy with OCD that we worked with pest control, and he did not want his driveway getting dirty or his garage. So like he made us park at the bottom of a hill.
Oh, I think you talked about
Yeah.
that.
Is that the dude with the
before.
bushes?
Yeah. I hated that guy.
Driveway?
He covered his entire garage floor with carpets because he didn't want to get the floor dirty.
Oh my, that is weird.
Yeah, and apparently the inside of his house was spotless, from what Dad told me.
That's
Because like
ridiculous.
he was so OCD, like a
He
single
probably-
speck of dust lands,
He
and
probably
he
had
cleans
him
it.
wear the
Wow.
boot covers, right?
Oh yeah,
So dumb.
but he didn't want us to get his driveway dirty, so
Yeah.
he didn't let us drive on it.
That's so weird. A driveway?
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's so stupid. Like I don't understand that.
What is it? The Game Awards stream.
Yeah. So when this podcast release, it'll be, if you're watching this on Wednesday,
It'll be the next day.
Yeah, we're gonna do a live stream here at the studio for the Game Awards.
We'll probably start at like 15, 20 minutes before.
Yeah, we should
Just,
get like
just so we can kind of talk about like what generally what we want to see.
And we're going to take the video and the audio and we're going to upload it as another podcast, but we'll also live stream it. So anyone who wants to hop in can join us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This will be on Cubold Gaming, our main account.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you don't know what the Game Awards are, it's every year. I wouldn't say it's Steam. It's like everything.
No, it's not Steam.
It's pretty much everything. But basically, it's like
I thought it was Steam.
Well, Steam has its own Game Awards, but the Game Awards is its own thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, they give awards to specific games. Like we're hoping for Elden Ring Game of the Year.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind if God of War won it, but I don't know.
Not many people.
Which one?
I kind of want
people have
Elden
played
Ring,
it,
the new one.
but it wasn't as
okay.
accessible like Elden Ring was.
That is true. So I'm hoping that Elden Ring wins it, but yeah, that's gonna be a fun stream. Make sure to tune in for that. If you're early enough, or if it's past, I think the 8th of December, you could always just go watch the video for it.
Yeah. Yeah, the Game Awards is run by that Jeff guy.
Yeah, I really like the guy.
Yeah.
He wears the weird sneakers with the suit.
Oh, I think I know.
Like, we used to make fun of him until we realized that he's actually, like, the best one who does it.
Yeah, because all the other ones are so
They
garbage.
suck. They don't even play games.
Yep.
Yeah, at first we were like, who is this guy? He's weird. But then after, like, a couple years, he was so much better than everyone. Like, better than IGN.
Oh, yeah, I
better
do
than the other
like
streams.
this guy. Yeah,
IGN just throws too many ads in. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I hope-
And it's not like YouTube ads where it plays over. It's like the actual live stream has the ads in
And
it.
Sony has like their logo show up every 10
Which I
seconds.
don't mind that.
Yeah, but it was like every...
They stretched the
Sequence.
time out by
That
putting
is
their
true.
logo in.
There was like 20 different logos.
That is
logo
true,
designs.
yeah.
They're just trying to stretch it out.
Mm-hmm.
But Steam's giving away 100 Steam Decks during the Game Awards.
That's crazy.
One every minute.
Yeah.
If we end up any of us if we end up getting it, we should have what is it? We should have our laptops out and have the Game Awards running on all of our devices and see if we can literally get one of these Steam Decks to like
I think
maybe
it's
give
per
away
Steam
to our
account. That'd be
subscribers.
cool.
Pretty sure it's per Steam account.
Is it?
Oh.
But I don't know how that works.
I don't know. Maybe if we get it, we can do a giveaway for one of our subscribers with it. If we do get a free one.
I doubt we'll win. We never win anything.
Yeah.
But that is true.
I know. All the giveaway stuff, like, I don't think I've ever
It's
won
rigged. It's
anything.
probably all rigged.
Yeah, like Ricky's YouTube channel.
Oh,
Yup.
yeah. Where it was actually rigged.
He just gave it to himself. That's awful.
He'd buy himself a new game, and then he'd say, hey, I'm giving away the new COD, but it was actually his copy of it.
Yep.
That's so awful. Imagine all the dreams he broke.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know who dreams about
Yeah.
YouTube giveaways. If they do, you kind of have to get a life.
Pretty much.
Maybe,
Because-
maybe we should upload a short version, like a 10-minute version, to the actual main channel.
Maybe with our highlights, maybe.
Yeah, like a highlighted Game
like-
Awards.
Like
That'd be
if,
kinda
if
cool.
they show off some insanely cool thing, like what if they show off Elden Ring DLC? Like if they show off,
Oh,
like
I
stuff
still have
like
to
that.
beat it.
You still have. Oh
I
man.
have like 4 bosses left. 5.
Apparently, Naughty Dog released some sort, or like they tweeted out something. They're like, I wonder if we'll find out maybe a date for Last of Us Part 1 on PC and during Game Awards. I wonder.
What? Why don't you just come out and say we're going to release the date during that time?
I don't know because they want to.
They're naughty.
Yep.
Those
So
naughty
I'm
dogs.
expecting to find out some sort of date. I think Last of Us Part 1 might come out around like May of next year. That's my
That'd be cool.
guess.
I'd be down to buy it.
Yeah, we can
play
get it for Cubold.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. I haven't played it since the original back in 2012.
Yeah.
I never replayed it.
You didn't play the remastered?
No.
Are you sure?
Both you
No,
and
I
I
didn't.
played it, Chug.
Oh,
when the
that's
second one came
right,
out in
yeah.
2020.
It's so good.
I just
the
played the
60
second one.
FPS is amazing.
Such a good story. I mean, even playing it the second time, I was like, this game is
Well,
literally.
I mean, even
amazing.
the remaster, what is it, Part 1, it's a remake technically. But even that, people are like, it's literally the same game, except with Last of Us 2 style graphics,
It's cool. Yeah.
which is amazing.
And they've recreated certain areas too.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, they added The Office to it.
Office?
Yeah, like from the Office show.
Wait, what?
I don't know. You go through like an office building and you walk into it, and it's like a destroyed version of The Office.
Oh, because it's set in Pennsylvania.
Huh.
I don't know.
That's
kinda
where the
random.
office is. I mean, I don't know if
I'm not sure if it was in Pennsylvania or not, but
That's a weird thing to add.
it is a
kinda
weird thing to
weird.
add, but it looks kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
I'll have to look at that.
Do you guys want to get into the game?
Yeah.
We've had, like,
how long have we been
I don't
going
know.
on for? This is
I
ridiculous.
don't mind it though.
It
I
was
don't mind
nice.
it either.
Yeah. All right. So let's see.
Well, we have to talk less about the non-spoiler section because the game's only like less than 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not much we can talk about without spoiling anything. So
This game's been getting pretty mixed reviews since it came
I
out,
think it's also because of the glitches.
Yeah. A big portion to the glitches.
but I never got any of those glitches, so I didn't really understand.
I didn't get glitches, but I still think that it was slightly unfinished. Like, you ever have a prompt and it was really finicky on like where you had to be like directly in front of the prompt, or like when you're like you showed us that when you were playing it, like going up to walls, your character goes like this and his arms are like all bent.
That
in.
was kind of funny.
What is it? I had a few where the family got stuck. I couldn't get them to move at all.
Yeah, you were having a lot.
And then towards the beginning with the hay bale thing, the little balls that were supposed to go and
Yeah,
destroy
they didn't
that,
follow
they
you.
just stood there. I
Yeah.
couldn't get them to move, and so I had to reload the whole checkpoint. It was really annoying.
Yeah, those little ball creatures, I still don't know what the trick was to make them move. Like, I would just mess around. I would walk near them. I'd hold the arm out.
Well, the bucket thing, Caleb had to tell me how to do it. I was on it for like 10 minutes.
That part got me. That was annoying. You can't even go back in the stream. I was on that for like 15 minutes.
I did
was
that
really
pretty
irritating.
quickly, but I still don't know why it worked.
They won't follow you past that point.
Unless
Or
they're following a
whatever
certain
reason.
object.
Unless that stuff that like
it was the stuff that
liquid
did it?
nanobite thing
yeah.
was.
Oh, okay.
You needed to use the bucket to pull the nanobite stuff across and get them to follow it to the,
Yeah, that's
to
what I
the- to
figured.
destination. But I kept throwing the bucket in the water, picking it up, and walking to it. But that's not what you're supposed to do.
So,
Yeah.
just to give everyone listening a bit of backstory on the game. So, the people who made this game, well, actually, these are the same people that brought you Inside and Limbo. Not exactly the same people because it was a different development group, but the same publisher.
I think the CEO has changed since those games.
Yeah, so kind of the same people that brought you Inside. So the bar is set pretty high for this one.
If you've never heard of Inside or Limbo, we have previous podcasts. You can
We
go
actually
check those
did
out.
Limbo
Recently,
a couple months ago.
For the October
October,
series, I think so.
Yeah, Limbo and especially Inside are some of the best of those like side-scrolling platformer games ever made. I think Limbo might have been like the first to ever really like get it out there.
It was 2011.
old, yeah.
What's that?
Limbo.
Came out
Yeah.
in like 2011, 2010.
But did you know that Somerville started development in 2014?
Wow,
And
What?
Inside came out in 2015.
that's crazy.
Why did it take so long?
I don't know.
3-hour
Honestly.
game.
Did they like
Less than 3
stop
hours.
production?
I mean-
stop development?
So, for everything we say about it sounds unfinished, you can tell there's a lot of work that went into it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you look at a game like Inside, specifically Limbo, I mean, you can't really compare that because that's all shadows and 2D. Inside is more comparable, but if you take Somerville, the environments are just way more detailed and advanced.
Oh, I loved all the stuff that was happening in the background. It
Yeah.
was just so cool.
The start of the game was amazing. I was so hyped after that start.
Yeah, the start of the game was probably one of the best starts of any games.
Yeah.
Really. It was like
Although
huge.
towards the end too, like everything that was happening over and over again, with the exception of the flashback type of gameplay gimmick.
You said the flashback thing. I didn't really see a problem with that. And I just honestly don't know what you're talking about with the flashback thing.
Well, let's get to that because that's
We
at the
can
end
talk
of
about that in the spoilers.
It was just reuse assets in
Yeah.
areas that I was like, I don't know. I
You
understand.
basically, it's almost like you were like kind of replaying.
I mean, I kind of get it. Kind of
in a
does tie.
faster pace.
It ties into the story, but like I felt like that was kind of lazy on their end. Like they could have done something.
I felt the same way.
But
Here's a good example. Chug, you won't know what I'm talking about, but you remember in that one Harry Potter movie that there was time travel?
yeah,
They randomly brought up time travel.
yeah.
I don't know if this game's about time travel. We'll discuss it later, but they replayed certain things because there was more context.
Yeah.
And so you knew what was happening. And that's kind of the same thing. Like, you replay it, but you know more of what's happening.
Yeah. There's just a few issues on how they did it, though, that, like, I'll bring up later. But, like, it's just kind of, like, because of the type of game it is, the cinematic puzzle type, it's, like, it didn't really work well for me. But we can talk about it later. Essentially, Somerville, you play as a father and...
You have a wife and a kid and a dog.
Yeah, a wife and a kid and a dog. And the game starts out, and it's basically centered around an alien invasion. Super cinematic. That's basically the gist of the game.
There's no talking in it at all.
No, but same with Limbo and Inside. They don't do dialogue.
It's all visual.
Yeah.
I was actually wrong. That was 2016 Inside came out.
Oh.
I looked at Inside Out by accident, the movie.
Wow. Oh, Bing Bong?
Yeah.
Bing Bong.
But yeah, it did start development in 2014 for Somerville.
Huh.
That's crazy.
How'd you know the release date of Inside Out?
I looked it up before.
Oh, okay.
I looked up Inside and it auto completed Inside Out.
Oh, okay.
I've never even seen that movie, so I don't know.
It's actually a good movie.
I've seen parts from it too. I haven't seen the full thing.
Yeah.
But the other games are side scrollers. This game
one
is
kind of
for the most part, but it also breaks that
It
mold.
does, yeah.
which I'm kind of glad.
Yeah,
'cause
I like it.
It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I never really had any issues with the environment. I know you were complaining about it, Chug.
Yeah, I died probably 3 or 4 times in that stupid water part. The one where you're swimming up, and then the rocks in the.
Oh, I did once there.
Well, the thing is, I died the first time because I didn't know what was going on, and it fell on top of me. Then I had to redo that whole section again. Then went up to the top, and I went down too early, and I drowned.
Oh.
And then I did it again, and then I also drowned again because the timing is just so you have to have the immaculate timing or else you die.
There is a problem with this type of game. It persists between Inside, Limbo, Little Nightmares, and all that. In that, if it's like a horror themed game, but sometimes these scripted events happen that you don't expect, and you end up dying, and that ruins the horror of it.
It brings you out of the immersion.
Yeah. And it's something that you can't really avoid.
One thing I'll say is, so the small little glitches and finicky prompts didn't really bother me. I don't really care about that kind of stuff because there's going to be a patch that comes out that fixes it.
I
That's fine.
I thought a few things were kind of funny though.
Yeah, some things were funny, but
I had a glitch where I was pushing a minecart down a hill, and I held onto it as it was moving, and my character just started flying away. And I was like, wait, is this supposed to happen?
I did the
right
same
now?
thing, and I glitched and appeared like at a different part of the map.
Oh my.
But one thing that I did have a problem with this game, and that ties into what you were saying, is this game is worse in extent than the other games with the scripted events and stuff. Because similar to like why you died in the water part, they really don't tell you anything. Like, and the problem is like other games, they won't tell you, oh, push this button to do this or whatever. They won't tell you that with like Little Nightmares and Inside. But they give you a good indication of what you need to do.
Like, that bus part.
Yeah.
Like I was walking around. I was trying to figure
the
out
city part.
There was the bus part where you have to jack the bus up.
Yeah, I took forever.
I
on
was
that part.
walking around. I'm like, what am I supposed to do here? There's a door, so I don't know how to get to it. And then I literally walked towards the bus, and he started going under it where the tire was. And I'm like,
yeah, I thought there was a tire.
There was a tire there.
Like, okay, stuff like that, like an easier way or something that the devs could have easily done is as you were cranking the bus up, like the light passed through from the other side, like shines through. Then like, okay, I go through here. Like little things like that they didn't do. Yeah. So it's like you die or I don't know.
I didn't find a huge issue with that because it was such an easy game.
Oh, it's easy. Yeah.
That bus part I spent the longest on, but besides that, I finished everything super quickly without really any trouble at all.
Yeah.
Inside, there are some puzzles that stump you.
I think the puzzle aspect of the game, Inside and other games like that, have way better puzzles than this game. Now, I did like the arm thing where you can like break and solidify that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That was super
It's
cool.
a really cool mechanic.
But like that was like the only thing. Like the rest of the stuff was like grab this and move it over here. Like inside, you had to like play with the machinery and like all that kind of stuff.
The main reason that I wish they added it in, which I think all three of us can agree on this, you can't pet the dog.
Yeah, what was that?
I wanted to be able to pet the dog. I wanted to hug the dog.
That
I
dog
tried
was
it.
so cute.
Yeah, I tried
know.
it so many times. I'm surprised they didn't
I
let you
don't
do
know.
that.
When you were getting his food at the beginning, he was like putting his paws up on you
I
and stuff.
know.
Like
I
I
know.
wanted to pet him.
I was
Like,
like trying every prompt. I was like, please, like let me pet the dog.
I just realized this now, but like his family was obviously at the shelter later on,
Mm-hmm.
but the dog was with you in the beginning. So did he run to the family?
Maybe he woke you up or something. I don't know. Well, actually, maybe not. Maybe
I'm
not.
so confused.
He left the dog a lot.
He did.
I don't know why you left him.
Yeah, he
I
didn't
don't
bring
know.
him.
I
with
would
him.
I would keep him with me the whole time. Be
I
like,
kind of got
"Bruh,
the
just-"
impression that he didn't care about the dog very much.
Yeah.
Well, okay, he probably cared about his family more.
Yeah.
Like he cared about the dog, but his family was his priority. So I can see
yeah.
why he could think that way, but it's a dog. It's like
yeah.
I don't know.
Like even if like you were scared, like having that little companion with you would make things better, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You know what would be cool? I'm not. I don't think Inside is very much a horror game, right? It's kind of like just kind of creepy, eerie,
There
disturbing.
were horror aspects, but no jump scares,
Yeah, it
no
was like
scary music.
disturbing more. What would have been really cool is having the aliens be like terrifying or like super distorted or something. Like they're more of like
You said it yesterday. Horizon Zero Dawn creatures.
yeah, they're like cubic type things.
But you never see the evil aliens, as far as I know.
Yeah, you do.
You
Very,
do?
very end.
Oh.
you see
Sure
the
you do.
you see the leaders.
Oh, but those I'm trying to think of the ones who were like invading. Maybe like those creatures, like they look like giant dogs.
The red ones that look like Horizon
Oh,
Zero
yeah.
Dawn creatures. That's what I was referring to before.
Yeah.
But what I don't get are why are there good aliens?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't. It's just
I couldn't
it's
really
just
figure out the
confusing.
game all that much.
I
Like
don't know.
I knew what was happening towards like the close to the last section, but I don't know like very much of the context of like the entire story. It kind of
Yeah.
seems like you're a very small part of like a story and you don't really get information on it.
Well, actually, you're
I
as
mean,
the dude.
yeah.
You are the one to determine what happens to the human race, pretty
Yeah.
much. That you're kind of chosen.
Well, yeah.
Well, I like
guess.
how it's confusing because the other games are also confusing. In Limbo, we never decided on one theory because
Yeah.
there was nothing explained at all. So it was confusing. Inside, there's kind of a story that you can glean from it. And there's a resolution, but there's no like end to the story, I guess. You don't know what happens after the events.
Mm-hmm.
This one also has a more clear story, but it still is confusing, which I like.
Well, there's in total there's 5 different endings, which we're not going to say what the endings are until we get to the spoiler
Yeah.
section.
The-
But
The one problem I have is this game. Okay, this game is probably the best looking, most cinematic game they've made yet. I mean, the background stuff is like incredible.
like
huge. set
you even
pieces.
said it when you were playing, JJ. The first time that you finally see like the aliens invading, if you're in there at the house, you walk
Yeah.
outside and you just see that one thing in the background,
Yeah.
that one giant pillar in the sky.
Because they show you like very first scene of the game, this like ship floating, and then it like flashes off, and then it goes to the family scene. So you're like, oh, well, I'm assuming this is like the alien or whatever, and then you see it in the way back, which it was kind of funny because if I moved towards the back of the map, it would disappear, but I moved back to the front, it would come back. So I think that was a glitch, but I like when games just show you something very faintly, and you have to be observant to notice it.
Yeah. Well, the thing, like these types of games, they show you a lot in the background. Like, remember in Inside, you're going through the world, and a lot of what's in the background tells a story. Like the whole mind control thing.
same with Little Nightmares.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. But the thing is like you can get a story from the background. You don't need dialogue and all that kind of stuff. This game had huge set pieces, but it didn't tell you any story in the background. Like you'd see the giant ships and
Well,
stuff.
you're like, aliens are invading. I need to get myself out of here.
But I think like that's one problem that I had is like usually with these types of games, especially from this developer, the background tells you a story. But this one, it doesn't tell you a story. It's just like this gorgeous giant set piece. So like that's why I felt like disconnected from the story.
Yeah. Towards the beginning too, when you're running from the aliens, there are some really intense scenes too. Like I think you see a little kid in a tunnel, and then the kid goes out and you hear the alien go off, and then you just see like charred remains and shoes on the ground.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was like, did this kid just get fried?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we both died on the same one. I don't know if you died on this too, but like one of the first times you see that giant purple light in the sky, and you're in the woods with the dog, and you have to run past that tent and then get into the tent. I just ran past it. I actually tuned into your stream that night, and you were on that exact part, and then I saw you run past the tent and you died. And then as I was playing, I ran past the tent and I died. I'm like, oh, I just did the same mistake Hill just did.
I went in the tent because the dog went in there before me.
I didn't notice the dog there.
And I was like, oh, I'm assuming I'm supposed to go in there because the dog's in there.
It's just funny though.
Yeah, I didn't die at that part, but there's another part where you're at the campground and the dude like reverses in the car and then gets fried by the aliens.
Oh yeah.
And then you have to run and there's a tent you have to go through. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to like keep running or stay in the tent. One of the times I was in the door of the tent and my character was clipping through it and still got fried. So it kind of glitched there too.
I did die on that one part with the umbrellas, like a bunch of times. The one where you have to hide behind the umbrella, and then you go to the next one. I couldn't tell where the shadows were half the time.
I think another issue with the game, not prompts, but like the timings of things are really, really tight. There's no leeway there. Like you have to go exactly when they start moving, and if you don't, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
I died a few times on parts like that where like I wasn't exact with the timing.
I was kind of disappointed. I know I'm gonna say I like the game. I'm kind of like I think it was okay, but because I don't want to sound like I'm just bashing the game. But one thing I was disappointed with was the cave section. I don't know. It was kind of weird. Like the first and the last section of the game had these huge set pieces. It was like super cool. And then you get into the cave for like a lot of the game, and it was just so bland.
I didn't mind it though.
I never had an issue. I didn't mind the cave that much.
Just like the cut, like because you're used to like okay, so you're outside, you see all the green and the purple and like all these, you know, it's like huge set pieces. But then you get into the cave, and I was like super bored.
Well, the main reason what I didn't like about the game were the dead ends.
Oh yeah,
there were like 3 or 4 dead ends that I was just walking around.
They weren't dead ends.
They weren't?
No, they were actually how you get the good ending of the game.
No, I know. You have to like memorize.
Well, don't say it, but
you have to. Yeah, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Huh.
But I was searching those areas for so long to try to figure out where to go next, and then I just backtracked, and then I found the way to go.
I ran into one of those, but besides
There's
that,
like I saw like 3 or 4 of them. I don't know how you only saw one. There's a lot.
I don't know. I didn't get stuck at that many, maybe, but I might have seen them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm disappointed with the game.
I'm not disappointed with it.
I might be actually. I think I liked it better than I thought I was going to. Cause like I went in pretty neutral, and when I saw the trailers, I thought it would be more of a walking simulator, like more boring-ish. But I really liked the game a lot, and I think it was better than I was expecting. Because I wasn't expecting it to be another Inside or Limbo.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to beat those.
I think I was I think I probably expected a little too much because of Inside and Limbo. Like I think I kind of missed a bit of that morbid aspect to the game because like Inside was just absolutely.
Well, I mean, I feel like a kid getting fried. He's pretty morbid,
but it wasn't like, you know, like the end of Inside is like, super morbid and
so was
gruesome.
Some of the endings of this game too, though.
I only got one. I didn't see the other ones, so I don't really know. It's a different kind of morbid. It's like,
well, the ending I got was kind of morbid.
Yeah, mine was kind of morbid. It's like if you think about it, you're like, oh, that is kind of morbid, but
But what is it like? I went in with low expectations, and I was actually
yeah.
they jumped up way
Yeah.
past my expectations. It's not like incredible. It wasn't like an amazing game. It's just
Yeah.
I don't think you can compare it to Inside.
no.
No, not directly. I just like I expect a certain quality or like excellence from a certain developing like little nightmares. Like you can't compare the first and the second one really, I guess, because there's like more elements. The second one's a much bigger project.
Yeah.
But you expect after playing the first one, you're like, okay, same developers. I expect a really great game.
Yeah.
So like you can't, I don't compare them, but I also was expecting a little more, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I liked it. I mean, I liked it. Yeah.
It was still one of those things that after I was done, it was still very vague what just happened,
Mm-hmm.
which was the same feeling you got after playing Inside. You're like, what even just occurred?
Well, the difference for me was like after I played Inside, I was like immediately go to YouTube and like watch an explanation, like see what people's theories are. This one I actually didn't. Like I just got off and I was like, oh okay, and I played Modern Warfare. Like I still haven't even watched a video on it, which is rare for me because usually if I'm like super intrigued, I'll like watch a video. But
I
this one just
usually
didn't
watch
do
a
it.
video, but what I did was I just went to some articles and read some of the stuff.
Yeah,
Because I wasn't really interested in seeing watching the endings. I was just quick read of what was
I
happening.
didn't even know there were multiple endings until you told me.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I looked it up, but I didn't find any good videos on it, and I don't find any good explanations yet. So I'm actually curious when people unpack everything, like what's gonna be the full lore.
The ending of the game, I was really confused. This isn't a spoiler, but like the way they did it, I was like, you can even see me on stream. I'm sitting here, I'm like, what is this gameplay? Like I'm just like L2 R2.
It is kind of
L2
weird.
R2, and I'm like, what is happening right now?
It's very strange.
I don't know. I actually like that part a lot.
I don't know. I felt like, I don't know. It's like super. I'm not sure what I was expecting.
I kind of wish the head aliens looked a little bit cooler.
I don't know. It's just like weird. I was like, it was like a Monsters versus Aliens moment where that guy's doing the like playing on the piano. Like
Pretty much, actually.
I'm
yeah.
like, I don't know. It's just like weird. I was just sitting there like L2 R2 L2 R2, and I didn't know what was happening. So it's just like,
Well, I mean, I think that it's kind of cool that like you're this one dude, and without spoiling, like you're responsible for negotiating the fate of the human race with like these beings or whatever. And I thought that was a really cool concept.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like you're just a random dude at first, and then
Well,
I don't fully understand all the lore, so
I don't know.
we'll talk about it.
yeah.
But I say, for me, I liked it. I think it's like, I think I probably still would have it. This one, then Limbo, then Inside. But obviously they're not directly comparable. But I think this one was a good game. I'm happy I played it, but it's not like anything like you have to play Inside or you have to play Little Nightmares.
Yeah.
That type of thing. It's like, oh yeah, you should probably play it. It's like it's okay.
It's something you should
Yeah.
play like once and be done.
Well, I would say I like it better than Limbo, like for
oh
sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
I do like it better than Limbo. Yeah,
I think I
but
probably
not better than Inside.
Yeah, I think I like it. I think I might like Limbo a little more just because of like the more like morbid aspect of it. But I kind of like that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah, with Inside, I remember I actually kind of got upset at certain parts. I was raging at something. I forget
Oh,
what
the
it was.
puzzles? Oh, was it the sound wave boom thing where you like?
Maybe it was that. But
What is about the part that you were trying to walk with the people? Like the
might have been that
Oh,
too.
Yeah.
that
there
part
were-
was really dumb.
there were a lot of parts where you have to run back and forth in certain areas of the map. At least there was none of that in this game. Like
Yeah.
you go faster anyway. Inside, your character's kind of slow even when he's running.
Yeah.
But I mean, I play these games for the experience mainly, not really for the gameplay. Like for the background details. The chase scenes, I don't know. In Inside, they were really cool, and they were also really cool in this one, but they were more cinematic than like gameplay.
Oh yeah.
I kind of liked the beginning of Inside, where you're like running away from the dogs. Remember that?
That's what I'm referring
and
to.
you gotta jump over the fence and then get the dogs to go to the other side, and then you jump over the fence again, and then you run.
I also remember getting annoyed at the dog part though, because like I wasn't sure what to do. The dog would run back and forth to that fence,
Yeah.
and I was getting annoyed at it because he kept eating me. But I mean, that's again one of the problems with these types of games. Like everyone has different experience with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could die at a certain part, or you realize immediately what's happening, and you get past it easily. So you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually like, I guess what really solidifies it in your brain is if like a couple months later you think about it and you're like, oh man, that was a cool game. But if you don't think about it like that, you're like, it was
Yeah.
kind of mid, I guess.
I'm not sure I'll think about it, this one. Not that I didn't like it, but like I still think about Inside, Soma, Little Nightmares. Those types of
Yeah.
games, I still think about them now. Like this one might fall by the wayside a little bit. Like I might not think about it until someone might say something, and I'm like, oh yeah, Somerville.
I do really like aliens and
I
very
like that too.
colorful things.
Super
and
cool
it's,
setting.
I don't know. It's just very, very satisfying.
Yeah.
I think expectations might hurt the game a bit.
Yeah, I seen a lot of people say that they compare it to Inside.
When I played Inside, I only had Limbo to go off of, but it was kind of nothing like Limbo. I mean, maybe like some of the puzzles were similar, but you can't really compare the two.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, they're from the same developer and the same like side-scrolling style. But when I played Inside, I didn't really expect anything. So that's why I liked it so much, because it surprised me
Yeah.
how fun it was. This one, we're like, oh, well, we love this other game. This is by the same people. Maybe it's going to be like this other one we loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want to get into spoilers?
Show.
Talk about the
Show.
endings and ins and
Spoiler
outs of
warning.
everything. I mean, honestly, the game's like 3 hours long, so it's like
It's short. I mean,
very, very, very short.
So there are 5 endings in total,
Mhm.
right?
I have the article pulled up.
Yeah, I also have one about the endings.
So I got the. Well,
You went into the house?
I went into the house one time.
So that's Resignation Reprise, I think.
Yeah, I got the same one.
Which means what? So that means I
You
accept
walk
going
in the
back
house
into the
that the aliens
simulation.
present you with. It's, of course, only a simulation. So by choosing this, you're choosing the easy way out and effectively trapping yourself in the alien ship.
So me and my family are living a simulation, or my family's not even there.
No, it's just you.
Yeah.
and you're living with a fake
because-
family?
Because your family died.
Did they actually die?
They died.
That's what I
Because
thought.
at the top of the lighthouse, the alien shot the ship, and you got taken by the good alien,
Mm-hmm.
and your family got surrounded by those things, and they kind of just gave up pretty much.
That's what I thought. I was like, they're literally gonna die.
Yeah, but I don't think the dog was there. Because
Where?
at the
No, I didn't
lighthouse,
climb
he
up with
wasn't. He
them.
wasn't there with you. But yeah, pretty much, you lost your family, and the aliens are throwing you into a simulation with your fake family.
Okay, so what's happening with the aliens? Why are they invading? I thought it was kind of
don't know.
creepy that like they had those big beams that were just designed to exterminate life.
Is that are there 2 sets of aliens? Are there the bad and the good, or like what's happening?
Okay,
there?
I don't know about that, like why there are 2 sets, but I think some of the aliens didn't want them to invade the planet, so they were trying to help some of the humans. So basically, what I've read is, you know how each of the 3 aliens that help you have colors to them.
Mm-hmm.
So like there was obviously the purple alien, the red alien, and the blue alien. So obviously, all those combined make that pink color. So that's what that is. It's like all 3 powers of the aliens. Those 3 had the 3 pieces to it.
Are they warring with each
So,
other?
I guess, but basically the first alien that you touch was the blue alien, the lady alien. She crashed into your house and died.
Mm-hmm.
And so she gave you her power, and then you gained her power pretty much. And then the next alien that you touch is obviously the red alien, and then you gain his red power because he died. So basically, there's only one left, and that was the purple.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you had the red and blue power, and so all you needed was the purple to talk to the top alien people. So basically she saved you, and then she realized that she was in a simulation too. Because the simulation with the 2 people alive, so the red and the blue, that was a simulation. That was fake. And so she realized it was a simulation and then gave you the final power and then basically gave herself away. And then once you had that, that's when you turned into that like Superman being, because you had all 3 powers or something.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what that was. I thought that was, you're like starting a generator, which that part was kind of long, but it was also kind of cool.
Yeah, but that's because you had all 3 powers.
Oh.
You had all 3 of the powers
Why was she
you needed.
in the seat with you?
She got shot out of the thing with you.
Yeah, but I think that's like her final giving you the rest of the power.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
Because you never got to use the purple power after that until the end of the game. My thought was there were 3 seats there, so there was the red, blue, and the
Or maybe
purple.
she was just helping you.
Yeah, I thought you were just controlling her at that time, because you do control other characters, the baby, at the beginning. So you don't just control the dad the whole time.
Are those aliens, or is that like a military base?
I think
They
it's
look
a
like
mix.
humans,
I think
though.
some of the aliens are trying to help the human race.
That was like I thought it was a weapon that was underwater. That was my thought.
Yeah.
'Cause it came out of
Maybe.
the ocean and like shot out, and I thought they were gonna go destroy the alien ships with that power they had.
It could be human made.
I didn't think it was human.
Well, I mean, some of the aliens had to help with them building it, though.
Which aliens?
The 3 aliens that helped you,
What about it?
they weren't bad. They were good. They were helping you.
Oh yeah, but I didn't think they were involved with humans.
They look like humans though. Like when that one guy got the one that helped with the door.
He was big.
Oh, they could
Yeah, but
be.
he had, like, a
they
human
could have
head.
been. They could have been. What is it like?
I thought they were like government.
Taking some of the alien.
Yeah, like repurposing their
Oh,
technology.
it could be. And then the 3 chambers were almost like a way to harvest it. Maybe.
Yeah.
And then turn that into a weapon so they can use that against the aliens. Maybe.
Because I thought they were like, when you got into the facility, they were like, they had those little tests. That was like them testing you.
Yeah, because there were
using the
scientists in
technology.
there. There were like human scientists.
I don't know. I thought it was like a governmental thing where they like repurposed the alien technology to help destroy the aliens.
Huh.
Or
That makes
something.
more sense to me.
But then there are those good alien little ball things.
Well, I think the balls were there to communicate. Maybe they were there first. Maybe the balls were sent first
Yeah.
to
So-
communicate.
My thought at the beginning, my theory was the aliens like sent their ships down, and they used a sort of weapon that shot these projectiles. They weren't really laser projectiles.
They were giant poles or whatever, sticks.
Yeah, but it would leave these like big pieces around, like maybe crashed alien ships were part of it. But I didn't know what that material was that was all over the place. So I thought the little alien things were there to clean up the mess after. So they would have like the purple ones that would exterminate life, and then they'd have like the little ball aliens, robot things, clean up the debris afterwards.
Now, I'm pretty sure if you put red, blue, and purple together, it makes like a pink. I'm pretty sure. That's what that final color was. It was like all 3 of the colors combined.
What final color?
Like the giant purple or the giant pink ships, the giant pink light. If you put the 3 colors together, that's the color you get.
Huh.
So it's like a mixture of all 3 of the alien powers that either the humans or the aliens that were helping you had. Like the 3 of them together would make that powerful. Because whenever the 3 of you, or the 2 of you technically, because you had red and blue and the person had pink or purple, whenever you make that ball in the middle, so you send those things and you send them over here, and then in the middle, it turns pink. It's all 3 of those colors kind of combined.
That's interesting.
And that's why at the end of the game, when you held all those people's arms, all of them were pink.
Huh.
At least for me. I don't know what it was for you guys.
Yeah, it was. I see that at least in this article, they seem to have the same question where they aren't sure if those humanoid things that help you, the 3 colors, if they're actually human and that's a human base, or they're just another alien race. Like that seems to be an open discussion that's still happening.
But yeah, the ending I got, you guys got the one where you're just stuck in the simulation, but I got the War of the Worlds ending. So basically, I just held down L2 and R2, and that basically destroyed all of the aliens and all of humanity. I basically just blew everything up. And then the after credit scene was the dog barking at the house, and he was all sad. And then everything just started like exploding, and then that was the end.
Oh man.
So
that really is the bad ending.
it's the bad ending.
But the good ending, you can get your family back, right?
Yeah.
So
I
they
think
didn't
so.
die at the tower.
Really?
Well, if you can get your family back,
Well, they got surrounded by like 3 or 4 of those things.
I thought they died because the aliens just kill the people or whatever,
Yeah.
unless they took them into the simulation, like the other people.
Oh, is that what that is? Maybe
What?
they're not killing people. No, maybe they're killing certain people, but maybe they're actually grabbing people and throwing them into the simulations. Like the purple light or the pink light, maybe that's just them sending you to a simulation, not disintegrating you.
Huh.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's possible the entire game is a simulation.
That's what I thought when you woke up on the couch again with your family towards the end. That's what I thought it was.
I didn't think it was gonna be. Oh, it's all a dream. That's one of my least favorite things.
Well,
for
that's
people
what
to
I
pull.
was. That's what I was thinking it was gonna be, but it obviously didn't turn out that way.
I figured out that you had to do the sequences because I was like, why is this little robot telling me to do this sequence? And I was in one of those dead end rooms. So there's a couple of those areas where there's a robot that's doing a sequence, and if you put in the sequences in the order that you see them, that's how you get the good ending.
Huh.
Because I was doing that sequence and I wasn't sure what else I had to do.
Oh, okay. So the understanding ending is the good ending. So basically, getting a proper handle on the alien language, which you could do by watching the small metal balls from earlier in the game at those dead end spots. Because every single dead end spot you go to, there's a little ball that was there.
Right.
And then they would each have like some sort of different
that's
ping
what that
system
was?
to it.
Yeah.
So basically, if you took down all the specific pings for each one, at the very end of the game, just do all the pings from all 3 of those sections, 3 or 4 of them, and then that's how you get the good ending.
What percentage of people actually did that, though?
I don't know.
It's probably a second playthrough thing. I don't know who would honestly get that on their first.
Yeah, there's another one. It's called Family First. The aliens present you with the pod containing your wife and child, but to open it, you need to expend all your energy and sacrifice your own life. It's not obviously a happy ending, but since your family's been freed, you're dead, and most of humanity remains trapped.
That's not a good ending.
Okay.
Wait, is that purple thing maybe not killing them, but sucking them into the ship?
That's what I was thinking.
Or pulling them into the
it's
simulation.
pulling them into the simulation. That's what my thought was. And then anything else, like those projectiles they throw at people, that was actually killing people.
Because in that scene where you're holding hands, you see like miles of people.
Yeah.
Wait, I just remembered. What was that part where you're crossing the road with all those cars?
What do you mean?
Were those just random cars driving by themselves?
That was a
With the aliens?
simulation, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was simulation.
Was it?
Yeah. That's when you're in the simulation.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, because you can stop them or just completely destroy their matter. Because that's when the simulation part starts, I think. When you could actually destroy everything. Because like people are sitting on benches and you can destroy them too.
Oh yeah, apparently there's one more ending called Resignation. Basically, instead of like going through the whole simulation and then going back into the house or whatever, like you guys did, if you just sit on one of those couches with your family, it just ends. Like you know what I'm talking about?
During
Like,
the simulation
during
part?
the simulation.
Oh.
There's like 3 or 4 different times you see your family on a couch. If you sit on one of those couches, the game just ends.
I find it weird because I sat on one of those.
I did sit on one
And it never ended.
once. I sat on it once.
Maybe it's
I think
only
you
a
had to,
maybe
though.
it's only a specific couch.
Yeah, maybe you have to do it multiple times.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's like 15 to 20 like words that they were explaining these endings in.
I'd say the part that confused me more than anything were during the simulation, you go up to these canisters, or I don't know what you call them.
Oh,
like
you were
these orbs.
You were pulling people out of
The simulation.
the simulation.
What was that ball you were sucking out of the ground?
That was the
Pods.
pods that you basically can use to power things with the 3 abilities that you got. So basically, you know how there was a purple light that you go up to? Since you only had red and blue, you touch the purple light. That means you get all 3 of the powers. And then you basically let people out of their prison, pretty much.
But they all looked like they were the same little kid every time.
They were different.
No, they were different.
Oh, that's weird.
One was a little girl, one was a little boy, and one was like, it looked like a young adult.
Huh.
They were all different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I kind of wish there was more like motive or like more understanding of why they were putting people in simulations and like what their purpose was.
I still think it's funny how like when you finally meet your family at that shelter, she kind of just hugs you and then you kind of just go on your way like normal.
Yeah.
It's like,
Did she think you were dead or like they'd leave you there? Or?
I have no idea. It's very strange, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking at the beginning of the game that whenever the first alien touches you, it puts you in the simulation. Because you wake up with a different sweatshirt on. Like, why are you wearing different clothes?
Yeah.
That was kind of weird. But I'd be curious when someone comes out with a full lore video about what's actually happening.
Someone else can do the deep digging.
Yeah, because there's a lot to unpack there.
There is. Like, it does have that, like, kind of, not bottomless pit, like Inside and Limbo both have, but it has that feel to it that I feel like it is a game by this developer.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah. The ending, yeah. It's not super satisfactory, the ending, that kind of thing.
I mean, it never was in Inside. You weren't satisfied with that.
No, that's what I mean. They don't give you that.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
Limbo
yeah.
didn't have it. Inside didn't have it.
So it kind of leaves... Well, this game especially, like, leaves it up to interpretation. There's a lot to unpack with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was cool how elaborate some things were while still being vague. Like, an actual alien simulation. There's one movie, I forget what it's called. Oh, Annihilation, where I think it's Natalie Portman.
Yeah, is that good?
I did like that movie. She goes into like this shimmer or whatever. But the part where you actually see the aliens, it's like it does a really good representation of like what an actual alien thing would be, because it's like one of those things that like you couldn't really comprehend what was happening. And also they play music during the scene that sounds like this is alien music or like alien sounds. It was really cool. It's like that part was cool.
I might have to watch that.
I enjoyed it. But I do like when they show like otherworldly things in games.
Yeah.
And especially with that part with the 3 aliens at the end. And you're like kind of communicating with them. And every time you like sent that shockwave of light, it like went down all the people.
Yeah.
I think now that you say that, I think I do agree with how they approached it though. Like, cause you know, I almost want like a gruesome alien looking thing, but in reality, you know, they could be anything. You can't comprehend what an alien could look like. So like they kind of made it like very vague on how the aliens looked. It was something that you would never even expect really. So like, I kind of, you know, see that like World of War. Is it World of War? No, War of the Worlds.
Oh yeah.
Those aliens, like those are like something you can probably think of. You've seen the movie, right? Yeah. Those are like the aliens you could probably think of them looking like.
Yeah.
Like this one was like, no, we're not going to give you that. We're going to give you something that's totally different. And
or Signs, like the first time you see one of the aliens, it's like that's literally like
that's like the generic
alien.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that aspect is cool. Because often when they show you aliens, they become less scary or show you the monster.
Well, I don't know. I know you've played it, but Prey. Like, there's no
form.
There's no form. They're kind of just like
they're like the black blobs.
They're blobs.
Right?
They're like
But
I
they
can't even
they can take any
describe
form
it.
though.
Yeah,
That's
which is really cool.
Yeah.
That game is sick. You should
You guys
play it
ever
eventually.
see Bird Box?
No, I heard
No.
the hype about it, and I'm like,
Well,
Wait,
okay.
is that like the? Maybe I'm thinking of something different.
Well,
But
isn't it
so
like
that, you have to watch that on like VidAngel if you don't want to hear all the stuff in it. But if you do get it on there, it's really good. Like I know there's a lot of hype on it. I watched it after the whole hype stuff, but you never see the creatures, monsters. You never understand what they really are, whether they're like demons or aliens or whatever. But like you'll see this brief portion of the movie where there are these certain people that will look at them and they won't go crazy because most people when they see them they'll instantly commit suicide because they can't comprehend like what they're looking at. It's so I don't know. It takes so many different forms, but
yeah,
like
wasn't it like Quiet Place? But
yeah,
you see it.
I've seen some people say that like sorta, yeah, I guess, but like yeah. So there are some people in the world that can see them if they're already like mentally broken, and then they'll like just go more crazy. And then there's like these drawings and depictions that those people have drew of them, and they're like all these different kinds of like it almost looks like a demon, but like I don't know, it's weird. It's like I like that kind of thing where you never see it, but you have like you don't know what it is. Like it could be this.
So it doesn't kill you unless you actually look at it?
If you see it, you'll lose your mind because of how like you can't comprehend what you're looking at, and you'll instantly commit suicide.
That's cool.
So like people have to like put blindfolds on because they like if they look at it, they'll just like kill themselves, find a way to kill themselves instantly. It's like
That's
a really
crazy.
cool concept.
Yeah.
Kind of like a
Quiet Place, right?
uh,
That's with sound.
That's with sound, yeah. But it's more of like a I don't know, you know, like those realistic angel depiction kind of things.
Yeah.
Like that type of thing. Like people think they're like, oh, these little babies with like wings. Like no, depictions show them as like horrific things. Yeah.
Yeah, my perspective in this game was you kind of like see through the eyes of another human in that you have no clue what's happening. And this guy probably doesn't either because
Yeah.
he can't actually comprehend this alien technology and what even is going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was kind of my perspective of it.
Yeah.
I am excited for some actual story videos.
Yeah. I'll watch a lore video if someone makes one.
Yeah.
Or do they have plans on making another game or?
Not that they've released yet, but
I don't know. I think it would be cool if they did more games like Inside. They don't have to go elaborate. They don't
Yeah.
have to be super in depth. Just make them tense, good gameplay, tight controls,
Yeah.
and people would be happy.
Yeah.
put more of a window with the amount of timing things that you have to do.
Yeah.
Because I ran into a lot of timing issues. Like I drowned a lot in this game
Yeah.
because I wasn't quick enough or I didn't know where to go exactly.
Yeah,
And I made
yeah.
one small move that was wrong and I drowned.
Yeah.
And I had to
same.
redo the whole part again. I'm like,
Yeah. I think I would be happy to see another. I would be happy to see them go in the direction of Inside again. Not that I'm saying I don't like this one, but this was probably the most ambitious one they've had.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference between this and Limbo is in Inside and Limbo, but more Inside. At the end of the game, you realize how insignificant you are in the whole scheme of the story. In this one, like you are the significant portion of the story. Like you
That
are the
is
story.
true.
I want to see it back to where like at the end of the game or like, you know, you just realize like I mean nothing. And
Yeah.
everything I did was like nothing.
pretty much.
Like I like that kind of perspective. But
Mhm.
You know, I'm looking at I don't think this is Somerville. Playdead screenshots from their next game. I don't know if this is the same thing, but it's like something in space, an
Looks kinda-
astronaut in space.
looks different.
Yeah,
When was that released? Recently?
this is 2021.
Oh.
Screenshots of their next game appeared in job listings.
Playdead.
Yeah, this looks definitely different, but really cool.
Is that like wintry or something?
No, it's like you're an astronaut or something.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Either an astronaut or a hazmat suit. Can't really tell.
There's what is that game? Invincible? The Invincible game coming out next year at some point?
From the
From
show?
the show?
No.
Oh.
No, not the show. It's a space game. I was telling you about it the other day. The
Oh, that looks cool.
Does look cool. I don't know if you can see it, Chug, but
A little bit, yeah.
I can't pull it up on the camera right now.
It's
I love
awesome.
anything that has to do with like space and stuff. That's why Callisto Protocol
It is
is like
space. You
so
can do anything
cool.
you want.
I know. Mainly because space is so
So vague.
unexplored
Yeah.
and
Oh,
it's just so
my.
cool.
People should be making more ocean games like Soma.
Yes.
Like, because they're so
we
unexplored.
need more. What is it? Like even in Somerville in this game,
Mm-hmm.
there was the underwater facility.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, underwater. Yes.
Yeah.
But then it only was lasted for like 10 seconds.
The
I'm
ocean is the most horrifying area of like anything. More horrifying than space.
That's
It's like,
why that by Quantic Dream they're coming out with Under the Waves, I think it's called.
horror.
It's a kind of a horror. Let me see. Under the
Yeah. Like Soma had
Yeah.
a little bit of that aspect to it. You remember when you're out in the bottom of the ocean and you're literally just like, that was horrifying.
Yeah,
we need
this
more stuff
is-
like that.
Explore the depths of the sea. Pilot your submarine.
You know what's
yeah, but
weird?
look,
Oh, that's scary.
I know, it's so cool. And you have like a base under there too. I don't know. It's like a narrative driven exploration sea underwater game.
That's awesome.
Like it's not like you go up to the surface and you surface. It's like you're entirely under the water
Huh.
the whole time.
This is not even by Playdead.
What? Wait, what?
It's by Jump Ship, the studio co-founder of Playdead.
Oh.
Completely different guy, completely different team. I was confused because I'm looking at Playdead's Twitter, and they're calling their next game Game 3. They haven't released a name for it yet.
Oh.
So
3?
they don't consider...
So Somerville isn't
no, it's not a
theirs?
Playdead thing. That's why it's not
Oh.
compared to those games at all.
Oh.
Completely
Interesting.
different team.
Okay. Huh. Not bad though. If they were going for that like type.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Huh.
Jump Ship has been acquired by who? Thunderful? I don't know who Thunderful is.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Soma again.
I love Soma. No, they really need more underwater games. Like
Seriously, yeah.
I love ocean stuff.
Yeah.
Anything ocean is like
Yeah,
amazing.
BioShock.
Yep.
So yeah, Playdead's next game is using Unreal Engine 5.
Well.
You gotta eventually play Subnautica, Caleb.
Yeah, I played a little bit of it and it was kind of scary from the outset.
Oh, believe me,
Yeah.
once you get deeper, it's terrifying.
I want to finish the story.
You have never done it?
I played it a ton in early access, but I never played it upon release.
The story is really good in it. The ending is kind of crazy too. Actually, no. The ending for the new one is crazy. The ending for the first one is pretty good. The lead up to the ending is what's crazy.
See, I played
in the first one.
I played Below Zero, and I hated how they made you go on land.
It didn't make sense, yeah.
And there's a stupid ice worm. Like, I want to play underwater. I don't want to run around on land with clunky ground mechanics.
And I kind of wish in Below Zero there was a frozen. What are the large creatures in Subnautica called again? I forgot what they're called.
the Reaper Leviathan?
No,
Reaver?
Leviathans.
Oh, yeah.
Leviathans. There was a Leviathan frozen in the ice that was like 15 to 20 times larger than the ghost Leviathans. It was frozen though, and it wasn't in the ocean. But I wish it was in the ocean. That would be.
Yeah.
It was like it could literally swallow the Cyclops.
But
It was
I,
so
I
big.
do enjoy that trope where you see the giant creature frozen in ice. Kind of like,
It could be out there.
yeah,
thing, yeah.
like this thing used to exist and it still might somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Soma reviews and this one says I still think about it to this day.
Yep.
Yeah, for real. I'm looking at these teaser trail or pictures for Playdead's actual next game, and they look really cool.
Ooh, I'm excited.
I don't know when it's coming out though. No release, not even a name.
I'm actually. I mean, that's sick.
I love these games, these type of games.
Yeah, I
Indie
enjoyed
games
Somerville
and
too.
smaller games like this. That's just.
Oh.
AAA games can't beat it at times.
Yeah. I mean, the Modern Warfare 2 stuff is great, but like having those indie games, like we need them. Otherwise, we lose our minds on these AAA games that
Pretty
are coming
much.
out.
Yeah.
Money. It's all
Yeah.
about money.
Yeah, Modern Warfare, I mean, for as annoyed as we get sometimes, it's a good thing to play to relax a little bit.
It's like that meme.
Yeah. It makes you unfathomably angry.
Yep.
But I don't know, we have fun playing together, so
Yeah. It's
pretty
been a while
much.
since we've actually like logged on consistently
On
almost,
one singular game.
yeah, almost every night.
yeah.
Like, it's nice.
I mean, besides Elden Ring, I don't know what the last one even was.
I don't know. Rust?
I mean, the
Maybe
thing
Rust.
is with everybody in the chat, maybe not, but I know before that, Jaden and I were consistently playing Dying Light 2 together, which when it comes to co-op games, I feel like if I start a co-op game with somebody, I end up playing a little bit more than that person and I get ahead of them, and then it kind of discourages that other person from playing co-op games with me. So it's like for someone playing a co-op game like fully through with me, it's kind of rare.
Yeah, we have to finish Far Cry 6. We got like 2 years
I don't
ago.
have a
or-
want to finish it though. It's just not that great. The gameplay is
mean,
amazing, but
yeah.
the story of it is just
Gus. The Gus guy.
Gus.
he's not in it enough.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, it's
know.
weird because he's not actually connected to the main character.
He's
He
in the
just-
marketing a lot, or he was.
He
Yeah,
is.
but that's the only reason they had him play him.
Oh.
Was
But you see him, like, it's like he has a separate story. You play as your character or whatever, doing random stuff, and then it'll, like, show a cutscene of him talking to his son randomly about stuff. Like, not even connected.
about like communism and stuff like that. I don't know. It's weird.
Wow. All right. Well, is that
Yeah,
all we have?
I think we covered everything.
Pretty good game. I mean,
I enjoyed it.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only about 3 hours long, so if you have Xbox Game Pass or anything, it's on there.
Yeah, I would
it's
say
worth
play
the
it on that.
playthrough.
Because it's like $30 on Steam, which is a bit much in my opinion.
Yeah, don't buy it if you have Game Pass. I mean,
Yeah.
even if you don't have Game Pass, like buy it Game Pass for a month and you'll make your money back.
it's like a sit
basically.
down and play it through type of game. You
Yeah.
could just sit down one day.
Which it took me 2 days to beat.
You were
I-
playing it later at night,
I
though.
played it
Yeah.
late, so that's why. But
All right. Cool. Well, we're gonna be doing the we'll be doing live game.
the Game
something.
Awards stream
Yeah. So that'll be on the podcast.
on December 8th.
Yeah.
December 8th. But if you miss it, you could always just tune into you can watch our VOD, I guess.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. Or podcast, either one.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everyone for listening, and we will see you in the next podcast.